Hi, we're continuing with life science and cell biology in a nutshell. We're learning currently about a molecule which is created in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum called a steroid. So, lipids and steroids are created on this organelle. So, here's a 3D showing this molecule, which is a steroid, and the primary shape of it is consists of 17 carbons at the basic unit, and which is three six carbon rings plus one 5 carbon ring, and the variation of the side chain. um, so on the inside, it's nonpolar, where the carbons are on the exterior, where the oxygens, which are in red, and the light, the white, those are hydrogens. That's more polar on the exterior. And this is an example of the pathway of creating um, various kinds of steroids, molecules, etc. How you make the four ring structure. This one yielding lanosterol, starting from dimethylallyl pyrophosphate. So an example of how what the reaction looks like. So and then there were different kinds of steroids based on their structure. So the number of carbon atoms determines the class of steroid, as seen in this chart. So the different classes are from largest to smallest in number of carbons, number of carbon atoms in the molecule. So cholesteins are the largest, with 27 carbons. Then cholanes, pregnanes, androstanes, estranes with 18. Steroid function varies. So, so functionally, there are the major classes of steroid hormones, um, with showing with examples of their primary members of related functions. So corticosteroids, glucocorticoids, glucocorticoids are, for example, cortisol, whose function is to so immunosuppression. Immunosuppression. Mineralocorticoids, for example, aldosterone, which helps regulate blood pressure through water and electrolyte balance. The sex steroids are progestogens, including progesterone, which is regulating the cyclical changes in the endometrium of the uterus and maintaining pregnancy. So progestogens, androgens are like testosterone, which contribute to development and maintenance of the male secondary sex characteristics. Estrogen is estradiol, which contribute to the development and maintenance of female secondary sex characteristics. Additionally, steroids include neurosteroids such as DHEA and allopregnanolone, uh, aminosteroid neuromuscular blocking agents such as pincuronium bromide. The following class secosteroids, which are open ring steroids, include vitamin D, such as ergocalciferol, cholecalciferol, calcitriol. So there's a lot. So summary, steroids and their metabolites often function as signaling molecules. The most notable examples are steroid hormones. Steroids and phospholipids are components of cell membranes as well. So steroids such as cholesterol decrease membrane fluidity. So because they are such big molecules, they make the membrane more rigid, and they're also largely nonpolar and bulky. Similar to lipids, steroids are highly concentrated energy they do storage of energy. However, they are not typically sources of energy. In mammals, they are normally metabolized and excreted. Hundreds of steroids found in animals, fungi, and plants are made from lanosterol in animals and fungi, or cycloardenol in plants. Lanosterol and cycloardenol derive from cyclization of the triterpenoid squalene. So we saw that right here, how you have the production of a steroid molecule, that's squalene, from dimethyl pyrophosphate, etc. Alrighty. Steroid biosynthesis is an anabolic pathway producing steroids from simple precursors. A unique biosynthetic pathway is followed in animals compared to many other organisms, making the pathway a common target for antibiotics and other anti-infection drugs. Steroid metabolism in humans is also the target of cholesterol-lowering drugs such as statins. In humans and other animals, the biosynthesis of steroids follows the mevalonate pathway, which I'll show in a bit, which uses acetyl-CoA as building blocks from dimethyl pyrophosphate, or 4, and isopentyl pyrophosphate. In subsequent steps, DMAPP and IPP join to form geranyl pyrophosphate, which synthesizes the steroid lanosterol. Modifications of lanosterol into other steroids are classified as steroidogenesis transformations. So lanosterol is the main basic unit, or right here. And that's DMAPP, where it comes from. Steroidogenesis is the biological process by which steroids are generated from cholesterol and changed into other steroids. The pathways of steroidogenesis differ among species. The major classes of steroid hormones noted above with their prominent members and functions are the progestogen, corticosteroids or corticoids, androgens, and estrogens. So 4 groups. Human steroidogenesis of these classes occurs in a number of locations. So those are the 4 main types: corticosteroids, immune system, blood pressure, electrolyte balance, progestogens, and estrogens are in females, androgens are in males. So we'll continue in the next part. Thank you.